Imagine, if you would, the scene from Jurassic Park where the glass of water is sitting on the dash of the Jeep and Tyrannosaurus Rex starts walking towards them. Boom, boom, boom. This is a T-Rex of Pagani design watches. Boom. Hello everybody, welcome back to The Humble Horologist. My name is Anthony and I have got a watch to show you today. If you are an AliExpress type of watch buyer, then you are familiar with the brand Pagani Design. It is a well-known brand in the enthusiast world, at least in the budget enthusiast world, because Pagani Design makes some really nice watches and sells them at very low prices. The only downside being that they're not original. At least most of them aren't. But in a recent perusal over eBay, I came across a watch that had Pagani Design on the dial. Yet it was one that I had never seen before. And come to find out, many of you have never seen it before either. I'm going to show it to you and you're going to be shocked. Well, there you go, boys and girls. So where did I find this watch? Like I said, I found it on eBay. I saw this multiple knobs and thought to myself, what in the world? That's a Pagani Design? And I had never seen anything like it. You know, what it reminded me of at first was maybe an Invicta, but it's not an Invicta. All stainless steel, does not have a sapphire crystal, I do not believe. We can check that in just a second. So checking the crystal, no, it is not sapphire. But I saw this watch and I looked around and I thought, well, I wonder how much it would cost if I bought it. I mean, like, how much would it cost if I ordered it from, say, AliExpress? Well, when I got onto AliExpress and went and looked at the Pagani Design official store and put in the number 2703M, nothing came up. I mean, other watches came up, but not this one. So I really had no idea if this watch was even available anymore, if it was out of production, you know, or anything about it. I didn't even know if it was an homage to anything else. So is it possible that it was an original? So I contacted the seller on eBay and asked if they could give me some information about it. And what I found out was this watch was sent to him along with 3 others in different colorways as samples so that he might sell them in his store. And this was in 2018. So I dug a little bit deeper, and what I found out is that you can find this watch, you can order this watch still, I believe, if you go to Alibaba, which is, you know, the parent company, I guess you could say, of AliExpress, I think. And you can get this still in the different colorways, which includes a PVD black case and bracelets, white dials, some bronze around the outside, and all that good stuff. So how much you can get it for, I don't know. I don't know how it works when you're ordering from Alibaba, but it's, you know, it's a Chinese thing, and a lot of people order in bulk from there. So that's the story about it. It is again, a PD-2703M. It is a chronograph. It's not a dive watch, even though it looks like one, because the best I can tell, it doesn't have, it doesn't state any major water resistance capability. So it does have a screw down case back. It does have screw down crowns now, but the pushers are not screwed down. The case, let's find a good place to bring this in. It's square, so that helps. 48.7. What about the thickness? We're talking 18.7 millimeters thick. We've got a lug to lug of 57.2. We got a lug width of 22. To put it in perspective, to the left is a Pagani design PD-1661, their homage to the Rolex Submariner. And you can see this is a 40 millimeter case. This is the 46, 48, 47, whatever it's supposed to be case. So obviously this is a standard 40 millimeter. This is a lot bigger, but when you look at the profile, oh my goodness, look at the difference in the size of that. So this is a hockey puck. Now, when it comes to that, I will say the weight is 240 grams. I believe that's what it is, 240 grams. To put that in perspective, I think the heaviest Invicta, which has a 50 millimeter diameter, weighs about 300 grams. So that is a monster watch. This one is not a slacker. Now, the bracelet is interesting. It's not exactly a high quality bracelet, but it's sturdy enough. I wish it had screws in it, but it has just push pins. The clasp is not only signed, but it has a really nice little engraved type of badge there, shield, and it has the pushers there with the milled clasp, so it's not pressed, so it's actually a decent clasp there, and it secures pretty nicely. On the back, there's a engraving or embossing, whatever, that shows a thing that turns, cranks, rope and stuff that holds onto a boat, like a river boat. And the watch is called a Navigator, and you can see that in another photo. You've got, on either side, you've got these crowns. They are both screw down. This one unscrews, and it's not an automatic. It is a quartz movement on the inside. It is a Miyota, from what I read, a Miyota movement, quartz, not an automatic. But you have the crown here that you can pull and set the date, the time. At the bottom, you see the around where it says chronograph. Somehow you're supposed to read the seconds with that. I don't understand. But in the other dials, you got a 24-hour subdial, and you got the minute subdial, or hour, for the minute. So the push the top one to start the chronograph, push it again to stop, push down here to reset, and there you go. Now on the left, what is nice is you've got this screwed down crown that operates the internal bezel. It has a really good stiff feel to it. Not like hard to turn, but has resistance. But what makes it nice is that you can set it and lock it down by screwing this in. And so many other watches that have internal rotating bezels, it's hard to do this while looking through a phone, they don't lock down, and so you can set the bezel and then you lose it. So maybe it's a dive watch. It's supposed to be a dive watch, I don't know, but it doesn't have any water resistance rating. You have a date down at the 4 o'clock position, or in between the 4 and the 5. Upon inspection, I did find that this watch has no flaws except for one little chip on the crystal, and that's not really noticeable unless you look up close. So not a bad little watch for what it is, and what it is a monster of a timepiece that so many people have never seen before. I don't know, I may put this thing up for sale, I may keep it. To me, it's almost like a unicorn in that, they're so rare and so hard to find, if you can find them at all. So it remains to be seen what I will do with it. But I definitely will let everybody know if I put it on eBay, because I know there's some of you out there who would love to have this monster of a watch. So until the next time, have a great day, have a great week, and remember, watches are replaceable. Except maybe a unicorn. The time is not. See you in the next video.